Tonight on Reporting Scotland. The political row over Scotland's Chief Constable and his special leave. The Justice Secretary confirms he challenged a decision to allow him to return to work while he was still under investigation. Good evening. The Justice Secretary has insisted he did not exceed his authority when he asked police watchdogs to reconsider their decision to allow Scotland's Chief Constable to return to work while misconduct allegations against him were being investigated. Michael Matheson has been accused of unlawfully blocking the move, but he told MSPs today it was legitimate for him to challenge the decision, which he said had clear deficiencies. Here's our political correspondent, Glenn Campbell.
What Chief Constable Phil Gormley has been hit with since last summer is no laughing matter. A string of gross misconduct allegations which he denies. In fact, Mr Gormley's lawyers describe the complaints as vexatious and opportunistic, and they're accusing the Justice Secretary of blocking the Chief Constable's return to work while the allegations are investigated. According to Mr Gormley's lawyers, on Tuesday the 7th of November, the Scottish Police Authority unanimously agreed the Chief Constable could return to work. The following day, Mr Gormley was informed of this decision in writing. On the Thursday, as he drove back to Scotland, the Scottish Police Authority's former chair, Andrew Flanagan, told him not to return after what they describe as an unlawful intervention by the Justice Secretary. On the Friday, the day Mr Gormley was due back at his desk, it emerged that a fifth misconduct complaint had been made against him. At Holyrood, the Justice Secretary's political opponents accused him of meddling in police business.
The issue here is the Cabinet Secretary's interference, and it is difficult not to suggest hypocrisy. Now it seems the test for whether Michael Matheson gets involved is not whether it is an operational matter, but whether it is in the political interest of Michael Matheson.
Policing in Scotland is in crisis, and the actions of the Cabinet Secretary have turned that crisis into nothing short of a shambles.
But the Minister said he would be rightly criticised if he'd not challenged the Scottish Police Authority's failure to consult on its decision.
Not to consider the implications it has to a live investigation, not to consider the implications it's got for the welfare of staff and officers, and not to even engage with the senior command team within Police Scotland less than 24 hours before they were meant to implement the decision is simply, in my view, unacceptable.
Phil Gormley's request to resume command will be reviewed again towards the end of this month. And by then, 1 in 5 of his days at Police Scotland will have been served on special leave. Glenn Campbell, Reporting Scotland, Holyrood.
Well, our Home Affairs correspondent Riva Alderson joins me. Has the Justice Secretary done enough to silence his critics?
Well, it was certainly a very robust and at times actually heartfelt defence of his position. Mr Matheson outlined the fact that the Scottish Police Authority is at arm's length from government, but he did say that the way that it carried out its functions must maintain the confidence of ministers. And he said quite forcibly that the decision to bring back Mr Gormley wasn't either a robust or a defensible position, and he said it was quite simply unacceptable. So he insists that his discussions with the then chairman of the SPA was purely on the process, on the governance of the authority, and it wasn't on any operational matter, and that would have been out with his legal powers.
So where does this leave Police Scotland, and specifically the allegations facing the Chief Constable?
Well, the Chief Constable, of course, as Glenn Campbell mentioned in his report, denies all of the allegations. But the investigations by the Police Investigations and Review Commissioner are continuing. We don't know how long they'll take. Mr Gormley's special leave is due to be reviewed again on Burns Night, January the 25th. And the new chair of the SPA, Susan Deakin, has promised that all decisions taken by the SPA will be open and transparent. But there are calls tonight from some opposition MSPs for a review of the way the SPA operates. Rhoda Grant, the Labour Party MSP, says she has great confidence in Susan Deakin as a politician and a manager, but not as a magician. And she says that the job of running the SPA as it's currently constituted is too great for one person.
Rival, thank you.